Hello everybody and welcome back to the Vanburman podcast. Today I want to talk about it's normally quite a specific topic because pretty much the videos are only on specific topics, but I actually want to talk about YouTube in general today. That's because obviously I've been part of the YouTube community for a while, since May 2007 or whatever it was, so yeah, a long while, over 6 years now. Obviously, it's only been since November. Well, I better make this sort of for the future, but it's only been since November 2012, which is when I actually started doing the gaming videos and stuff, and the reviews. But you'll come to learn quite a lot about YouTube as an entity in that time, and it really is quite interesting just to sort of get a feel for what YouTube really stands for. I mean, the good and the bad, or the good and the evil, I don't know. Recently I've been more experiencing maybe the evil side of it, but then, I don't know, also the good as well. Yeah, I'm just going around in circles. But, okay, so what shall I start with? Well, let's start with the bad, seeing as that's the thing that most has inspired me to do this video. I mean, for example, we do have stuff such as, some of the comments that I've been getting on, especially the infestation video, which, I don't know, some of them I can understand, and some of them I do take on board the criticism, because some of it is very useful and very constructive in its manner. Other people have almost tried to make constructive criticism, but done it in a wrong way, and then other people have just been downright rude, which, once again, I can understand if people have genuinely gone on that video looking for a review. I don't know. In response to that video specifically, I've made enough comments on there to explain my point on making that video. So I don't really think I don't feel I need to do that again on here. But basically it was a bit of a mock video, yes. And I get one particular YouTuber that I will not name. Actually, it doesn't matter what I do, because if I say the comments, then you'll be able to find him. But anyway, it doesn't matter. He put on... Basically, he was insulting the way that I delivered the video, which is a fair enough point. Don't get me wrong, it was one of the spur-of-the-moment things. I hadn't really anywhere near planned what I thought, what I was going to say, whereas obviously with this one, I spent some time thinking about the main points which I'm going to talk about, which is obviously what I, the minuses and pluses of YouTube. But anyway, back to the point at hand. So, yeah, so I got that, and, I replied, and I can't remember what I said. I think I just said thank you for his comment. But there's been quite a lot of people who've actually liked it up, which is one of the things that annoys me. That blatantly that comment is designed to irritate me, designed to annoy me, and other people feel that they should do that the same way, and I don't know. I just don't like it. Don't get me wrong, people can express their opinion on the video in the likes and dislikes. Don't get me wrong, I don't feel the need if they have something specific to say to me, then a comment, obviously, I'm more than welcome to accept constructive criticism. But, the fact that they like up a comment like that, which is designed to be a certain way, very unconstructive, although it does highlight the point which I was on about, because I do and are a fair bit in my videos. That's just obviously because I'm I don't know, it's more of a conjunctive between what I'm saying in one thing and then what I'm saying in the other. I also noticed that I was doing that in another video, but I was saying "and" a lot because I'm trying not to go any more, you see, or as much anyway. But I think for me it's the integrity of the person which has actually made the comment. If it's someone who, for example, has a channel, who purposely looks for videos, or purposely comments on videos in which they're being extremely unhelpful, and, you know, just to annoy or just to be a pain in the bum, same thing, then I don't generally take that person's opinion so seriously. I mean, the stock level isn't as high. For example, although, you know, if that person was my subscriber, though, then obviously that affects it in different ways. So this person does actually have a YouTube channel, and they make videos and walkthroughs and similar stuff to what I do. I'm about to say and then, or and together. But what was I saying? Yeah, so they do similar stuff to what I do. So I went to have a look at the video which they're pushing right at this moment in time. And it was a video, and I sat through and I watched it all. And considering the fact that obviously my delivery was bad in the infestation video, which I appreciate, and you know, I know why it was worse than maybe some of my other videos. You know, their video had a lot of editing done to it. And it wasn't actually such a bad video. There was just so many fatal flaws in it that that annoyed me even more. I mean, I could understand if someone, you know, did a good job of their videos and are criticizing me for what I'm not doing well. That makes it fine. You know, I would value that opinion a lot more if it was coming from someone who was diligent enough themselves to do their videos in a proper way. I know mine are sometimes I guess they are a bit half-assed sometimes, but that's not through me not wanting to do the videos, me not wanting to do a good job. It's just, obviously, to get as much content up as possible, sometimes I'm going to have stuff that slips through the gaps, and plus, obviously, I don't do as much editing as I used to, purely because it just makes the videos longer and I can't upload them as quick, and, you know, it just stops me from getting the content up and out there, and I would rather have something up every single day than not be able to get something up every day, or not be able to have a video become public every day so that people can watch. If, you know, not that I have that many subscribers, so I guess it's not quite as important. I don't know. You know, I don't have the time to go around and every day and do it, especially not at the minute. It's so hot. I can't tell you how hard it is making videos when it's hot. I can do it when it's cold, but being hot is just absolutely terrible. I know my delivery won't be anywhere near as good when it's hot. I know that I'm going to be sweating, which you probably don't want the image. And yeah, it's just not comfortable. It's not an uncomfortable environment in which to make videos at all. Especially seeing as it's hotter in my room than it is outside. But that's because the windows don't open. But yeah, that's a different topic, that's a different matter. I think I literally just put the podcast up about winter and summer, about me complaining about both seasons. So yeah, I do dislike summer more than winter, that's for sure. And yeah, I mean, the problems that person had with their channel were quite a lot, really, or with that one particular video that they were pushing. The sound from the gameplay was way off. They made some very big editing errors that, quite frankly, if they'd watched... I don't watch back through every single video, because obviously some of them are like 40 odd minutes, so, you know, you can expect that. But for a video that's 5 minutes long, that they spent that time editing on, you've got to go back and watch the video and check that there's none of that before you put it up, surely. And just those basic checks just were not done. I mean, I know when I edit something, when I actually go through to edit something properly, everything is scrutinized in the video as much as possible. Because if I'm going to edit, then I might as well do a bloody good job. You know, when I don't edit, then that's when it's not. That's when I don't generally tend to go back through. I mean, I'm not going to go back and listen to this video, because I'll just get annoyed at myself for all of the ums and the fact that I've mentioned ums and ahs so many times and drawn your attention to it now, which probably isn't the best idea. So yeah, that video was, or that comment was a little bit hurtful, I have to say. I am someone who does wear the heart on their sleeve, so if I do ever become anywhere near big on YouTube, then people can watch this video and then just leave horrible, nasty comments, and I'll get sad. But that's just the way that I'm built, really. I do thrive off positive feedback, positive comments. I do get quite a lot of. I guess this is good. This is a good link into what's good about YouTube. I've put up tutorials for obviously RPG Maker VX Ace, and people have commented on them, and said how much they've enjoyed the video, how helpful they found it, and they put questions up, and sometimes I can't answer those questions, and I have to go out of my way to find out the answers. And everyone, or none of everyone, is extremely thankful that I, go out of my way to help them with their project. Obviously, I'm doing my own project, but I do have time for other people's as well, or to help other people. Obviously, not going to look through their entire project and go, well, this is good, this isn't good, this can be improved. No, I'm not going to do that. Just for basic stuff, which I will help. Mainly because I find that sometimes a lot of it will be questions that maybe I will stumble across when I'm making my game. So that in itself is very helpful. But I have to say that one really nice comment or a like on a video that's been helpful, or someone's found helpful, is by far away and exceeds the disappointment I feel when I get a negative comment or a dislike. That's for sure. And actually the infestation videos helped me deal with it a lot better. I feel as though my comebacks have got pretty good. So yeah, bring it on. And to a certain extent, if you start getting personal, I will just delete the comments. There's no worry about that at all. What else is good about YouTube? Well, I have actually not a huge amount, but there is a small amount of money that I've made over the past month, which is really great. I mean, I do actually have some sort of almost it's just going to be numbers on a page, but I could obviously draw out the bank, so it could, it's a tangible. I got something tangible to actually say, this is what I've achieved from doing my videos, from putting them up online, spending the time and the effort. So, despite the fact it's only a nominal amount, really, it definitely is really nice to have. Personally, I think that being able to monetize the videos and stuff is essential to someone to anyone who you're going to subscribe to, who's going to put up content daily or at least regularly, because it does give them more of an incentive to do it. Not that they should need an incentive, but it is always nice to have something a little bit extra apart from the appreciation. But the appreciation is worth far more than the money, let's face it. At the end of the day, you can't pay for that feeling, or I couldn't find a way to pay for that feeling that I get when I've helped someone out in whatever it is, or someone's enjoyed my video or found a video helpful. I mean, I've even had people find the infestation video helpful, so that in itself is a huge positive. It doesn't matter that that's been the video which I've earned the most money on ever. Yeah, so I don't know how you would look at that, really. Yeah, the other side of it is I get to express myself in a different sort of platform. Obviously, it's the online platform. I don't really generally tend to do too much on social media apart from YouTube. I barely ever look at Twitter. I am on Facebook just to chat to people. I use it more of as an MSN or Windows Live Messenger type thing, rather than actually putting up statuses and pictures. I do occasionally, obviously. Everyone does. But it also allows me to get in contact with other people and other stuff, which I won't go into detail now. But depending on when this video comes up, actually I'll probably just make it live tomorrow, then I do maybe have something, I'm finding it really exciting to do, which will be happening sometime next week, so the video will probably be up at the end of next week. And it will be something which I'll be spending a lot of time editing. So fingers crossed that it does actually happen. I can't say any more than that. And it just really adds to why YouTube is so great, because I've been able to form these, connections through there that otherwise I wouldn't have been able to. I've learned so much through it, and been able to deliver that knowledge as well, and just get stuff off my chest as well, like my my utter disdain for Square Enix or my love of Final Fantasy. But I could have just wrote that on Facebook in big capital letters, but it doesn't quite have the same effect as actually being able to do it and show why, or do playthroughs of Final Fantasy 7 or anything like that. So it is far more of an interesting and versatile, really, way to show it. Anyway, So I'm not really sure I have too much more to say about the good and the bad. I do have a complaint. It is to do with YouTube. It's a bit off topic though. It is the fact that on the Android version of the YouTube app, I can't actually access my inbox or properly reply to comments. And that really annoys me, because I like to be able to reply to people, fairly quickly. Because I get emails sent to my phone if someone's commented on a video, especially on the tutorials and stuff, where they're going to want an answer. And I probably do know the answer at the time, most of the time. The fact that I have to wait till I get home to be able to answer that person when, I know when I leave a comment, especially if I'm asking a question to the uploader, the sooner I get a response, basically, the better. And I do want to be a very active member of YouTube. I know that if, hypothetically speaking, I was to get bigger, then I wouldn't obviously be able to reply to every comment, because that would be far too time consuming. But definitely the subscribers or fans or whatever, I don't really have any fans. Felt a bit silly saying the word fans then. But they are very important to me, or not even subscribers. The other problem I get is that people who I've helped then feel the need to, I'm not sure whether they feel obliged or pressured into subscribing because I've helped them. I don't like that about it. Whenever I have a proper conversation with someone over YouTube and they say, "Oh, I'll subscribe," and I'm like, "Well, okay, that's nice. I don't need you to subscribe because I've helped you." It's one of those things that you can subscribe if you want to see other stuff or similar stuff, then that's great. But don't subscribe just because I helped you. Just a simple thank you is definitely worth it, really. Speaking of which, I do have one guy has obviously requested, not obviously, you won't know, I know, has requested me to do something on RPG Maker, and I'm not going to lie, I've possibly been avoiding it slightly recently, and it's really because it's quite difficult to get my head around. I've already done it once. It's just an event or a couple of events on my game, but getting my head around doing it again, because he wanted me to explain it to him, and I'm just finding that really difficult to do. So I have put it off, and with the heat and stuff, it's just, I'm not I don't know when I'll be able to do it. So if you are watching this, I'm not sure when I'll be able to do it. I'm going to have a go at it. I've definitely been thinking about it a lot, and it just, I don't know, I just really need to actually look at these events and actually demonstrate how to do it properly, which I will get around to do, don't get me wrong, because I obviously do want to help people as much as possible, especially with RPG Maker stuff. And I can't remember who it was, but I remember when I was using, which one was I using? XP? Yeah, XP. I had contacted a guy who did tutorials, and he helped me out with a very, very, I can't really remember what it was, something like changing the title picture or something. It was an immensely easy thing to do, which I didn't even realise. And the guy actually messaged me back and told me how I could go about doing it, which was amazing, the fact that someone actually got back to me. And really, I suppose I've taken, a page out of his book. As I say, I can't remember who it was. I can't remember his YouTube name, but the guy was very helpful, and that's where I've taken my inspiration from in terms of being like that for the RPG Maker stuff. And hopefully people who I've helped will then, share that in kind. So really, maybe in my own little tiny way, making people interact with other people, a little bit better. But I don't know. We shall see. Hopefully everyone will be seeing my interviewee skills coming up shortly in some videos. I do have some stuff possibly lined up. As I say, I can't mention too much in the minute, but I am really excited for that, and hopefully it will go well. So fingers crossed on that one. Oh dear, I just thought, I don't know if I'll be able to do it on the day which I've said I'll be able to do it, because my grandma is coming over. I have to see. I'll have to work it out logistically and see when there is time and stuff to get it done. But anyway, guys, this has been my podcast on the good side and the evil side of YouTube. I'm sure I'll think of a more intuitive title, maybe, to put up. But I hope you have enjoyed the podcast. I've tried to make them a little bit longer now, a little bit more structured. Obviously, I do tend to go off on tangents anyway, but I believe that is pretty much half the point of podcasts, that you do sort of branch off and talk about other stuff and try to make them as interesting as possible. Hopefully I've not sounded too much like a robot. I do work on the telephone, so I do know that I can sound like a robot at times. But nevertheless, I have enjoyed making this video. It is always nice to just sit back and talk to you guys about some stuff which I'm thinking and feeling, and it gives me a chance to express it. Something I should mention is, I'm not sure when it will be going up. I don't know if I've actually deleted the video accidentally or not, but there might be some videos going up which is my poetry. Unfortunately, the lyrics won't actually be in the video. They'll just be me speaking them. I've not edited them to that sort of standard at all, but they will be going up, so you're more than welcome to listen to them if you want to, obviously. If it's something which you won't find interesting, then that's fine. You don't have to. There will be in the title that it's going to be a poem, or in the description or something. There'll be some identifiable thing that will make you know that that's what it is. So avoid them if you're not interested. But obviously they'll be around other uploads. It won't be I upload a poem for the day. It will be I upload it with something else, almost certainly. One final note is, please do check out my secondary channel. It's feeling a bit lonely at the minute. I think it only has sort of like 42 views. But it's just for me to do my other stuff other than RPGs and the general stuff that I do. Just to branch it out a bit, basically, more than anything. So I've got, what have I got up on there? It's not out at the minute, but Bulletstorm videos will be coming up on there. I've got 18 Wheels of Steel, that's up on there. That's quite an interesting game from when I was younger that me and my friend used to play. One of the only computer games I used to play when I was younger. I've got a FIFA video on there, obviously not everyone's cup of tea, but it is a game that I do play. There's also a couple of web browser based games as well. One of them is Zombie Impaler or something. It's a really fun game, by the way. I definitely recommend going and playing that one. And there will be coming up as well, I forgot the name of it, let me have a look. There will be coming up Euro Truck Simulator 2 as well, which was obviously greenlit, and that is a very interesting game. Very similar to 18 Wheels of Steel, so if you watch that series and don't like it, you probably won't like the Euro Truck Driver, but it is a very good game, and it is one which I'm actually enjoying playing for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, just about having a truck to drive around, but it is fun. It really is. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there, because I have been talking for at least 20 minutes, probably. And just to give my opinion on stuff, obviously on YouTube, I've branched it off now to my secondary channel and all sorts of stuff. So, thank you very much for watching, or listening. Should be listening. And you can join me on the next podcast. I don't have a set date. And if there is no podcast before, hopefully you'll be joining me watching the interview, which I am hopefully going to be doing. There's going to be a lot, to be fair, if this doesn't happen, there's going to be a lot of this podcast that I can just cut out. Yep, get rid of that line. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.